Disclaimer. If you are triggered by death, 9/11, or simply everything, do not continue watching this video. Thank you. What is up, guys? Today I will be talking about every conspiracy theory I believe in. All of these conspiracies I talk about, I 100% believe in. And as some of you know, I run a conspiracy theory page on Instagram at Awoken Conspiracy. Links for all of these topics will be in the description. I will not go too deep into these due to time restriction, so I'll be fairly quick. Tupac Shakur faked his death. Now, it's widely believed that Tupac was murdered by an unknown shooter, suspected to have been Southside Compton Crip Orlando Anderson. I had recently filmed a video on this topic. Link will be in the description for it. So here's a quick proof. Suge Knight, who was in the car with Tupac during the shooting, claimed that Tupac had faked his death numerous times.
Doing bad.
So you seriously think that he might still be...
Modern day feminism is pointless. Now obviously I already know this one's going to offend probably a lot of people, but it don't matter to me. So, feminism was created mainly for 5 reasons. The right for women to vote, the right for women to hold a position in office, have same education as men, same pay rate as men, and to abolish gender double standards, which all 5 of them now, in 2019, have been accomplished. It was actually revealed after feminists complained to Google about underpaying women that the men were actually being underpaid. And recently Hillary Clinton ran for president in 2016, proving that women have a possibility of holding a position in office. Jake Paul is a sociopath. I don't even have to explain this one. There's dozens and dozens of videos on YouTube talking about this, and there will be a link to a main video in the description talking about it more in depth. The New World Order. This one I believe in without a doubt. The NWO is a theory stating that a certain secret society is controlling everything, including the media, world events, and future history, which all began in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. One proof is that numerous important people have referred to the New World Order.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order.
After 1989, President Bush said, and it's a phrase that I often use myself, that we needed a new world order.
And the hope that each of us has to build a new world order.
Before I switch, the definition of New World Order means a totalitarian one-world government. 9/11 was staged to go to war with the Middle East. Now this one I know is a very controversial topic, but sometimes we gotta talk about controversial stuff anyway. The theory states that 9/11 was not caused by Al-Qaeda, but rather the United States government, which will be blamed on, I believe it was Iran, to go to war with them for the oil and other resources. One proof is that the melting point of steel beams, which the towers were mainly made of, is 2,750 degrees Fahrenheit, while jet fuel melts at 800 degrees, which is 3.4 times less than a melting point of steel. And numerous people have stated that they heard bombs go off the moment the planes hit the towers, including current President Donald Trump.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, it was an architectural defect. You know, the World Trade Center was always known as a very, very strong building. Don't forget, that took a big bomb in the basement. Now,
Cancer has been cured. Scientists and doctors have figured out how to completely change one's gender from male to female and vice versa, while an estimated 9 million people die every year from various types of cancer, which is around 170 million since 2000. Someone had to have already figured out some way to cure it by now. Adolf Hitler faked his death. Another popular history theory is that dictator Adolf Hitler did not commit, but rather faked his death, fled to Argentina with his wife Eva Braun, had a daughter, and died in the 1960s. One proof is that there is no 100% proof that Adolf died, because his supposed body was burned right after death, and the only bone fragment found had been DNA tested, revealed to have belonged to a 40-year-old woman, not a 56-year-old man. Another proof also for this is that the United States government has stated numerous times that they are not sure also if Hitler faked his death, due to the amounts of research put in the 50s and 60s to see if Hitler is still alive. Rock star Kurt Cobain was murdered. Famous rock star Kurt Cobain supposedly committed suicide in 1994 by gunshot wound. One proof that it was murder is that the amount of heroin in his body at death was 3 times the lethal amount needed to kill a man, which means it had to have been administered by another person. And at death, the position of the gun and his wrist state that his wrist would have had to bend in a way that is anatomically impossible to be able to pull the trigger, stating that someone else had to have pulled the trigger on him. Human cloning is possible. This one is fairly complicated because it is a little confusing to many, but Bahamian company Clonaid had claimed that on December 26, 2002, that the first human clone baby named Eve was born.
I'm very, very pleased to announce that the first baby clone is born. She was born yesterday.
Numerous also believe that many Hollywood stars, including Kanye West, Eminem, and Gucci Mane, had been cloned, killed, and replaced. President John F. Kennedy was killed by the CIA. This one is a long one, and I will make a full in-depth video in the near future stating about this theory. So, one quick proof is that when JFK was shot in the head, his head threw back, which means that he would have had to been shot in the front. But the official story claims that he was shot from behind, which meant his head would have been thrown forward. Marijuana and psychedelics are not bad. This one is kind of just common sense a bit if you look into it, so I'm not going to explain it here. JonBenet Ramsey was murdered by her brother. Child actress JonBenet Ramsey was murdered in 1996, and the true murderer was never found. One proof is that the wire used to choke Ramsey came from her mother's art kit, and the flashlight used to knock her out belonged to the family and resided in the kitchen. Mind control is used in Hollywood. MKUltra was recently declassified by the CIA, revealing that mind control experiments were done between the 1950s and the 1970s. That alone can be used as proof that at one point that mind control was being tested. There have been numerous clips also showing celebrities in what appeared to have been a dazed and confused state.
It's a little bit overwhelmed. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Introduce Marshall Mathers. Some of you may know him as Eminem, but he's going to join the Saturday Night Crew.
AIDS was a man-made disease. This one is the final theory. Numerous believe that the HIV/AIDS disease was created by scientists to control the minorities. This one is also connected to the New World Order theory I previously stated. Numerous people are affected by HIV every year, mainly including drug addicts, prostitutes, and African Americans. One proof is that over 75% of people who are affected by this disease are minorities, specifically African Americans and gays. Thank you all for watching, and do not forget to subscribe and follow my Instagram down below, and comment any theories you believe in, if you believe in any. Oh God.